Okay, I bought two different kinds of locks from Knox Locks to lock up the hitch on my my new dump trailer. This kit is to mount it on here, keeps somebody from taking these bolts out and putting their own hitch on there. And then you have this this kit, which actually locks up the part the ball goes into. Both have puck locks. I'm going to install this one first, and then this one's real easy. You just put on this when you take off, when you want to use the trailer. This one's always left on, so that somebody can't just take your bolt out and put another hitch on there and steal your trailer. The chains, I'm going to just remove the chains when I'm not using the trailer, so somebody can't come along and just hook up the chains and pull the trailer away. I'm just going to use some removable links on here in one of these links. So put this on first. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is remove these two nuts, turn these bolts around. I'll only use one of these bolts because they give you a longer one to replace one of them. Take those off first. Got a 15/16 for my nut. Putting the this lock on this side, so the nuts have to be on this side. They give you a bolt to replace one of these bolts, and it has a lock pin on it, so you can't remove at least one of the bolts. Alright, I've got this adjusted to the right height for my truck so that my trailer and truck are level when they're hooked up. And so what I'm going to do now is put this piece on, and then put on the washers that were on the old bolts. Put the nuts on. Make that straight. Okay, now you can see, if you look in here, there's a hole in here to put this pin in. This way, if somebody tries to loosen those bolts from the other side, they'll only be able to get this bolt out so far before it hits this pin. So they won't be able to remove this bolt. Seems like they should have given you 2 bolts, so you could put the pin in the other one too. Or I suppose you could get another one of these and put it on this side, then somebody can't cut these bolts over here. But I think this is going to be enough to deter lazy criminals from stealing the trailer by removing these bolts, putting their own receiver on there. So we'll get these torqued down good so they're not loose. Put the pin in, and then this goes on there like this, and then the puck lock will go in there. And there is a shim you can put there if the puck lock seems loose. So I'm going to tighten these up. I'll come back and show you how I put this on. Hold the bolt on this side and tighten the nut on this side. I already tightened this, but turn the nut, not the bolt. Now put that pin back in there. Okay, so now that we have a, you can see it, there's a bolt with a nut on this side, bolt with a nut on this side. Now the only way they're going to get this off is to come in with the grinder probably and cut these off. Like I said, you could put another one of these over here, and they couldn't do that. I mean, unless they want to bring a cutting wheel and cut this whole thing off. But for the quick steel, they're not going to mess with it. So we got this bolt left over. It's this original bolt. Replaced it with that one with the hole in it. So now this thing goes on like this. And the lock, it's a puck lock, and it has these keys that are supposed to be harder to pick, these kind of locks. Goes in here, turn it, this pulls out, and this just goes on like this. Now if it's kind of loose, there's a shim here you can put on. We make it less sloppy. Pull it out like this. It's in like this. Put it over the plate. There, it's not so sloppy now. See, this just stays on. You don't have to take this off when you use it. Then we have the other part of the lock. Has another puck lock with matching keys. Both these locks take the same key. I bought them as a set. This is a Demco hitch. This is the one they call for that. The side with the cutouts in it. You put over the top like this. And then you put the lock in top. Lock it in. That's all there is to it. So like I said, you don't remove this part, you just take this off and hook up your trailer. I will be making these chains removable, so they're not going to be just hanging here. They're made to hang right there, but this just gives a way for somebody to come along and hook these chains to their truck and drag it away. So I'll take these off when I'm not using them. Something here I don't like about this, seems like once the lock's on there, it's kind of sloppy. Put the lock on, tighten it down. Seems pretty sloppy. You know, like somebody could stick a pry bar in here, maybe pry in it, and if that lock broke, they could get in. So I want to keep it from opening as much. So what I came up with was I found a washer with a hole in it that would fit this pin right here. Fits over that pin. And I'll put it on this side, that way this thing can't flop open so much. So I think if I stick it there, do that. Oops. Now it's not so sloppy. See, hardly any movement there now. You might be able to still get something in there, but not something as big as probably required to break it. So that's how I'm going to modify this. I don't want to leave these chains on the trailer when the trailer's not being used. I think it just gives somebody a way to hook it up to their truck and take it without hitching it up. So this is what I came up with for now. I just put a couple of these quick links on here. I'm not sure what these are rated for. Maybe 3,500 pounds. So if I've got 2 of them on here, that should be good for 7,000 pounds. You just take the chain out, leave this on the trailer. I mean, you could take this off the trailer too. If you open it up enough, it'll come out of there. You could take everything off and just leave the pins. But unless somebody comes with a set of chains to hook on here, leaving that on there is probably not a big deal. But you can do either. Take this with the chains. So it's pretty quick and easy to put the chain back on. Just like that. This thing screws all the way down onto here so it can't separate. I'm sure this is not rated the same as the chain, but I've never had a trailer come off, so we'll test them when it comes off. But like I say, if you got 2 of these on here, what's the chances of them both breaking off at the same time? Probably pretty small. Alright, so that's how it's going to sit. These 2 locks on there, no chains. Keep the chains in my truck.